Good morning, guys. Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Okay, great. So, how are you guys? How was your holidays and what about your Diwali and all? Great, great, great. I can see that most of you enjoyed your holidays, right? Yes, we are having the session after so long, right? It's been almost a week itself. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm not going to ask you anything about the assignments and all because today is the first session only after the break. I just wanted to ask you, how was your break? Did you guys enjoy and all? Okay, cool. Someone is saying we forgot everything. I hope you did not forget everything because it will be a long task for me to make you understand everything again, right? But yes, I would suggest you guys to go through the notes once again because I can totally understand that after a long break, almost about 1 week or so, you guys tend to forget some things, right? So you should basically go through all your notes once. Okay, that's great. That's great. Uh, cool. So I hope you basically worked on your assignments as well. Right. Once you get the time from all the movies and TV series you watched during the break, you also worked on your assignments, right? Did you guys? Okay, a little bit. Great. Cool. And how about your evaluation? How about your evaluation that held on Monday? How was it? Not bad. Great. Someone is saying you need to look at the 10th question in evaluation. I know that 10th question was a totally different thing, but that's okay. No worries. Okay. How many of you basically were able to solve at least 5 questions? At least 5. Okay, I can see in the chat that. Okay, 8, 9, 7, 9. That's good. That's good. That means your evaluation went well, right? Better than the last time. Yes or no? Your evaluation went better than the last time, right? Okay, cool. And tell me in which topic you are exactly facing issues. What is that topic where you are facing issues? Objects. Cool. I know. You should face issues in objects. If you're not facing issues in objects, that means there's something is wrong. See, I'll tell you guys, see what happens. There are 2 topics in unit 1 where everyone faces issues, right? Everyone faces challenges over there. And those 2 topics are objects and functions, right? They will take a little bit amount of time and they will take a lot of efforts and practice. And after that, you can basically work around those things. But initially, you will feel that I'm not able to understand, I'm not able to concentrate on other things because of these 2 topics. You will feel like that. That is quite natural in case of objects and functions. So don't worry about these things. You will basically will understand these things eventually. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. If basically I taught you around 15, 16 concepts over here, 15, 16 different topics over here, and out of those 15 topics, you're not able to understand 2 topics properly, right? You're only able to grasp around 40% or 50% of the concept. Correct. It doesn't matter. Other things will follow with practice, right? So don't worry about these things. Now someone is spamming question number 5 and 6. I don't know what is this about, and uh, I don't know the relevance of these 2 things. So please, guys, don't do these kind of things. Don't spam. Correct. And some of you are saying that I am getting 0 on the course platform and all. Guys, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Just refresh and everything will be fine. It was a simple glitch and nothing else. Okay, so don't worry about those things. Okay, cool. So how many of you know that what we are going to learn today? It's a Git session, right? Yes, it's a Git session. And how many sessions did we have about Git before this? 2. Okay. How many of you were able to understand both the sessions? And how many of you did both the assignments as well? Okay. Guys, let me be very, very clear about Git and Git assignments. These two things, that is your GitHub, your Git, or you can say your assignments related to Git, are very, very, very important. And why I am saying this, let me tell you. From unit 2 onwards, that is from next unit, that is from Web 101 course, you guys will be learning HTML, CSS and all these things, right? And your evaluation require you to understand Git. And why I'm saying that, after basically giving your evaluation, you have to push your code on GitHub, and from there only you guys will be marked. If you are not able to basically push your code or update your code on GitHub, you guys will not be able to basically survive unit 2, because everything is based on Git over there. Do you understand? Everything is based on Git. Right? So that is why you have to follow Git. Next thing, I basically left out 2 topics from functions, right? One was default parameters, and what was second? REST parameters, right? Default parameters and REST parameters. I did not basically cover those 2 topics. I said that I will cover them after the Diwali break, right? So today is not the day. Today is basically only about Git. So I'm not going to touch upon those 2 topics. I'm going to tell you those 2 topics in tomorrow's session, not today. Today we are going to entirely focus upon Git. Right? Got it, guys? Okay. Now, next set of things. We already basically had 2 sessions about Git. And what was the first thing that I told you when we were learning Git? Can anybody tell me what was the first thing in the first session of Git itself? What did I tell you? No, not about Git. It is just a general thing that I told you. I told you that if you are not able to understand Git in the first session itself, you guys will be having 2 more sessions about Git, right? So you will understand everything after that. Correct? What we did in first session? Can anybody please tell me what we did in first session? We basically created a repository. We basically saw some basic commands like add, commit, push, pull, clone, right? These were the basic commands that we saw, correct? In the second session, we saw how you can collaborate with any person on GitHub to basically make a project, right? What is the meaning of collaboration? Coming together to make a particular project, right? Great. So when we did the first session, we only saw the basics of Git. Then when we went over to the second session of Git, what we saw? We did the revision of first session, and then we basically did collaboration, correct? Today is the third. What we are going to learn today? Does any one of you have any idea about it? Any idea? Okay, now tell me one thing. When 1 or 2 team members, or basically more than 2 team members, basically 5 or 10 team members are working together on a single project, don't you think there might be some kind of confusion amongst the team members? Right? And there can be errors also. What kind of errors? Suppose I'm an Amazon developer and Albin is also in my team, right? I'm working on payments page, suppose. right? Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? I'm giving you an example. Suppose I'm working on the payment page, that I have to implement the payment functionality so that a user can actually pay for the products that he or she is buying, right? And simultaneously, Albin is also working alongside with me on payments page. But basically our manager told Albin to do something else, and my manager told me to do something else on the payment page. But what happens? Because of miscommunication, we both end up working on the same thing, right? There could be a possibility that we both are working on the same thing because of the confusion, right? This could be a possibility that I'm working on the same piece of code and Albin is also working on the same piece of code. Then what will happen? When we push our codes on GitHub, what will happen? Don't you think GitHub will get confused that what should I keep? Should I keep the Pulkit's code or should I keep the Albin's code? Don't you think that GitHub will get confused about these things? And these things are called conflicts. GitHub will be in conflict that which code should I keep? Should I keep Pulkit's code or should I keep Albin's code? Right? So then what we need to do? We actually need to resolve those errors. We actually need to resolve those conflicts, right? Yes or no? If you guys are getting some kind of errors or some kind of conflicts, you need to resolve them, right? So today we are going to see how we can resolve conflicts on GitHub. Do you understand this topic? In first session, we saw the basics of Git and GitHub. In second session, we saw collaboration. How can we collaborate with different team members? And in today's session, we are basically going to see how can we resolve conflicts or how can we resolve errors on GitHub if multiple team members are working on the same project. So don't you think this will give you the entire picture of how the projects work in an organization, right? That is why I basically bifurcated the Git session into 3 parts. Otherwise, I can tell you all these things within a single lecture also, but I don't want to because you guys will be confused. That is why I bifurcated the lecture into 3 different parts, right? And let me tell you the flow of the lecture today. So today I am going to tell you everything from starting. Today we are going to see the basics commands also. Today we are going to see the collaboration also. And today we are going to see the conflict resolving also. So don't worry about these things. After today's session, you guys will be completely clear about Git. Do you understand this? And even if you are not able to understand Git, just rewatch the 3 recordings and you will understand everything. It's just you have to be patient enough and you have to follow all the commands that I'm telling you. Got it? Great. Great. And in today's session, see what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell you the basics command. I'm not going to tell you how the collaboration is working. Rather than that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick random people from you guys and I'm going to ask you, tell me what are those commands. So by this method, what will happen? We'll be revising everything, right? Today's lecture is totally going to be driven by you. I'm not going to drive the lecture today. You are going to drive the lecture today, right? So today's lecture is going to be an interactive one. Do you guys understand this? Great. So should I basically start with the session now? Cool. Just give me 1 second. I'll stop my video. Okay. Now tell me, how many of you are able to see my screen? I guess all of you are able to see the screen, right? Great. Now you guys must be wondering why I have opened up the second assignment. You guys must be wondering why I have opened up the second assignment. Sorry, get to assignment, right? It's basically because I am going to tell you everything about Git with the help of this assignment. So that you guys will also understand the assignment as well. Got it? Right? Great. Someone is saying, please do Git a session on Windows as well. Guys, I don't have a Windows laptop, but I guess Elbin is going to help you over there. I will ask Elbin to share his screen as well during the session and basically demonstrate everything for you, right? So we both of us are going to basically demonstrate everything in front of you. So don't worry about these things. Got it? Besides, on Windows, on MacBook, on basically your Linux systems, everywhere Git works in the same way. It's just on Windows, you need Git bash. That is it. All other things are same. Do you understand this, guys? Great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate you the entire thing with the help of Elbin and with the help of this assignment, right? Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Cool. Cool. Great. So first of all, let me open up the GitHub. Okay, just give me 1 second. I need to sign in. Just give me 1 second, guys. I need to sign in over here. Okay. I believe you can see the screen, right? Great. Okay. So before actually starting with the things over here, let's go and read the first step that we need to perform. So the first step is saying member 1 will create a repository named Git practice assignment and add member 2 as collaborator. So I believe you know that I am going to be the member 1 and who is going to be the member 2? Who is member 2 over here? Can you please tell me? Yes, exactly. Elbin is going to be the member 2. So according to this first step, I need to create a repository and add member 2 as collaborator, right? So who is going to help me with that? Who is going to help me in creating a repository and adding Elbin as a collaborator? Let me pick someone. I'm not going to tell you these things. You are going to help me drive the session today, okay? So let me pick someone in random. Adarsh Maurya, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi Adarsh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So can you please tell me how can I create a new repository over here?
Yes, sir. Sir, new button.
Okay. Okay, then
Repository name.
okay, the repository name should be this thing, right? According to
Yes.
this. Okay.
Then add a readme file. Also.
Okay. This is public. I'll add a README file and I'll create a repository. Right?
Yes,
Is
sir.
there any
Yes.
other thing I need to do
Uh,
for creating a repository? I need to do a lot many things, but for creating a repository, do I need to do anything else? Okay, great. Thank you, Adarsh.
yes.
Okay. So guys, I hope you understand how to create a repository. I'm not going to repeat it because it has been done a lot many times, right? You guys understood till this point? Any issues? Any kind of issues? No, right? Now, we have created a repository, right? Let me basically do this. We have created a repository and it is saying add member to as collaborator. So who is going to help me in adding the collaborator in this repository? Okay. Kavita, can you hear me? Kavita Sutar, can you hear me? Okay. I guess she is on mute. She is not speaking anything. Let me just pick. Akash Yadav, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Uh,
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Okay. So can you please tell me how can I add a collaborator over here?
Actually, I don't know this, but I know else other things, sir.
Okay, no worries. I'll help you with that. So
Yes, sir.
tell me, if I need to change anything in my repository, where should I go according to you?
So I think that pencil mark.
No. Okay, tell me one thing. You are using a smartphone, right?
Yes, sir.
Android phone or Apple?
Android, sir.
Android phone. Okay. If you
Yes.
need to change any kind of thing in your Android phone, where do you go?
Home. Anything.
What
Home page.
about any kind of display properties or any kind of basically app
Settings, sir. Settings.
settings, right? So where will I go in this repository to change anything? Into the settings,
Settings.
right? Now, can you please look at the settings and tell me where should I go to add collaboration?
Guide country.
See, just think that I am using a smartphone and I need to change some settings over here or add someone. That's it.
So here is the option collaborator.
Exactly. Go to collaborators then.
Yes, sir. Then add people.
Exactly.
Yes,
Then
sir.
I will search for the user.
Here, yes, sir. We should search for the username.
Okay. And then I'll just click on add. Right.
Yes.
So don't you think it is very, very intuitive? I don't need to have any kind of knowledge about this. I can just go to settings and look on the UI that is telling me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Akash. Okay. So guys, any issues till this point? Any issues? Right? No issues. We have created a repository as well, and we have added Elbin as a collaborator as well. Now, Elbin will basically accept the, you can say, invite, right? I'm not going to show you how to accept the invite over here because the invitation is going to be present on Elbin's email, right? So Elbin can accept it. Okay. Elvin, can you please accept the invite, right? You can accept the invite. Meanwhile, I'll just go on with the lecture, okay?
Yeah, sure, Pulkit.
Okay. Thank you, Elvin. Okay, great, guys. So any issues regarding this first point? Any issues? No issues. Great. Now, what is the second point saying? Second point is saying member one will work on prime problem and palindrome problem. Will intentionally write the incorrect code. So that means member one. Who is member one over here? Who is member one? Me. Great. Okay. So I have to write two problems, that is a prime problem and a palindrome problem. But I am going to write intentionally the wrong code, correct? Right? Okay. Now, if I want to write a code or if I want to basically create a file or something, what should I do first? Am I going to create it on GitHub itself? Or am I going to write the code on my local system, that is on my laptop? On my laptop, right? I'm going to write it on my laptop. But this repository, or you can say repository is just a fancy name for folder, right? this folder, or you can say this repository, is present on GitHub. It is not present on my local system. What should I do? What should I do? I should copy it, right? And what is the fancy name of copy over here? Clone. Exactly. I should clone it. Correct. So who is going to help me in cloning the repository? Okay. A lot of you are saying me, please, me. But guys, there are almost 800, 900 people and I'm picking randomly. So there might be a chance that I am not picking you guys, right? The people who are saying me. So just give me 1 second. Okay. Chetan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, Chetan. How are you?
Hello, sir. I'm fine. What about you?
Great, great. Okay. So if I need to basically clone this repository to my local system, how can I do that?
Sir, first we copy code.
Okay, I'll go over here and copy the link of repository, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then
Then go, sir, in local system. Windows can open Git Bash, or you can open your terminal.
okay, great. I'll open my terminal. Then
Okay. Go to desktop, sir.
okay, I will go to the desktop. How can I go to the desktop?
Sir, CD desktop.
Okay, cool. So I'll do CD desktop.
Desktop.
Okay,
Then paste. Then Git clone,
okay, git clone.
and then paste the repo link.
Okay, and I'll hit enter.
Yes, sir.
Right? And let's see if it is cloned or not. Let me see. I'll just. Okay. So if I go over here and I can see that Git practice assignment is cloned, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. I
Thank you,
hope
sir.
you understood this thing, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan. Guys, any issues in cloning? Any issues in cloning now? No issues, right? Cool. Now, what should be my next step? What should be my next step? Creating the file, right? Creating the file. What file do I need to create? Can you please tell me? What file? I need to create two files, that is prime problem and palindrome problem, right? These two files. And where do I need to create these two files? Can you please tell me? Where do I need to create? Inside the repository that I just cloned, right? Inside the repository that I just cloned. So how can I go inside that repository? I'm already on my desktop. How can I go inside it? Right. I will do CD and repository name, right? This thing. And I will hit enter. Now, am I inside the repository? Am I inside the repository? Yes. Now, what two files I need to create? What two files I need to create? I need to create prime.js and palindrome.js, right? How can I create a file? I'm not going to ask anyone to come up over here. Just tell me in the chat box, what is that command? Very good. I'll write touch prime.js, correct? And touch palindrome.js, right? This is the command to create these two files. Let's see if the files are created or not. I'll go to my desktop, and I'll go to this. Yes, these two files are created, right? Can you see? Palindrome.js and prime.js, correct? And what do I need to do now? What do I need to do? Exactly, I need to write wrong code. Okay, so I'll open this up. You can open it up using Notepad also, but I'm using Sublime Text. Okay, you can open it up using Notepad. Let's write wrong code for prime numbers, right? And I'm going to use functions so that you can revise function as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to write function check prime, and I'm going to write num. Okay, what is this? Can you please tell me the thing that I'm using inside the bracket? Parameter. Very good. And then I'm just going to check for let I is equal to 0, or you can say I is equal to 1, I less than is equal to num I plus plus. If num modulo I, then return true, or over here I will write return false, and then I'll write check prime for 13. Is this code correct? Is this code correct? No, obviously not. This code is not correct. This code is not correct. But do you understand the syntax of function and why I use function? I just want you guys to see the syntax over here so that you can revise function as well. That is why. This code is incorrect. And as per the second step, I have to write the incorrect code. Right? Cool. Now, what will I do? I will open up the palindrome problem as well. And I'm going to write palindrome code as well. Now, can you please tell me what is a palindrome? What is a palindrome? Something which is same if I read it from left to right or from right to left, right? Can you give me some example of palindrome? Race car, Nitin, Naman, right? These are some examples of palindrome. So I'm going to write this code using function itself. What are the two things that I need for checking whether a string is palindromic string or not? What are those two things that I need? First, I'm going to need the string that I need to check whether it is a palindrome or not. Second, I'm going to need a reversed string, right? So can I write a function to reverse a string first? Can I write a function to reverse a string? How can I reverse the string? Just take a bag, right? And run a reverse loop. I hope you remember this thing, right? And I will just run a reverse loop. Any issues in this? Any issues? And over here, I will say let reversed string is equal to I am writing the correct code for it. Don't worry. I'm writing correct code for it. I'm just going to write the incorrect for prime one so that you can understand. I'm not going to write incorrect code for palindrome. Okay. Now tell me, will it give me the reverse string? Yes, it will give me the reverse string. How? I am calling this reverse with numan. So this string will become numan. And inside this bag, I am storing all the characters present inside the string, but in a reverse manner. And after that, I am returning the bag and I'm storing that bag value inside this reversed. So if I do console.log reversed, I will get a reversed string, which is numan only, right? Yes or no? And let's say I want to check for this. I want to check for numan, right? And instead of writing this, I'm going to write it like this. Now, how to say if this is a palindrome or not? I will just check if my string is equal to reversed. What will I say? Palindrome. Else I will say this. I hope you understand the code. I hope you understand the logic over here. You have done this kind of question so many times. Right? So I'm not going to basically tell you or do the dry run of this because we are doing Git session today. Okay. Now, till this point, we have covered these two things. Yes or no? Any issues till this point? Any issues? No issues, right? So we have written a correct code for palindrome question. We have written an incorrect code for prime question, right? These two things are over. Now, what is the next step? Can you please tell me? The next step is after completing, he or she is going to push the code on GitHub repository, right? Because right now the code is present on my local system. Yes, right now the code is present on my local system. But I need to basically push it on GitHub as well so that my collaborator or my team member can also see that. Yes or no? Right, guys? So that my team member or my collaborator can also see that. Now, who is going to help me in basically pushing the code? Okay. Let me pick someone. Just give me 1 second. Alka, can you hear me? Alka Trivedi, can you hear me? Okay, let me move to someone else. Guys, if I'm calling out your name, please speak. Okay. Shubham, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi Shubham. Okay. So I need to push it on my GitHub. What should I do first?
Sir, actually, we are in our local repository on that file git practice. So we just have to type a command git add and star. Star means all.
Star, or I can say dot, right?
Dot. Sorry. And sir, I have a question. If
Hmm.
I just want to add only one file, as like we done two files.
Instead of this dot, you can write the name of that file.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Now
And
what
right
else
now,
needs
sir,
to-
we have to commit.
And what is the meaning of commit?
Commit means we are telling it that just keep record of all the new insertions and deletions.
Great, very good. So the command is git commit and then -m, and I'll put a message so that I can just remember that what I committed, right?
Yes, sir.
And I will write created prime and palindrome files. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and I will hit enter. So after committing, what should I do?
Sir, git push.
Great, I will do git,
Push.
right?
And it is pushing. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Shubham.
Thank you, sir.
Now, let me basically tell you some kind of issues that you guys must be facing. Some of you might be facing authentication error, that I'm not able to push my code, right? Are you guys facing this thing? That authentication error, I'm not able to push it. So for that, what you need to do? You need to basically log in your GitHub over here. So it will ask for your username and password for GitHub. Just put it and it will log in. Or some of you might be facing that it is saying we don't know who is pushing over here, right? What is the identity of that person? So in that case, what you need to do? In that case, what you need to do? You need to configure, and for configuring, what is the command? You can see that this over here, right? It is giving you the command as well. Okay, if you guys are not basically able to do that, just connect with your IAs, they will help you about this. Okay. Cool. Should I continue now? Okay, great. So let's see. If I refresh it, I will see the things that is palindrome and prime over here, right? Forget about this DS store. Forget about this thing. Don't worry about this thing right now. Okay. But can you see this palindrome and prime problem? And if I go and open it, it is the same code that I have written, right? It is the same code that I have written. Got it? Someone is saying I'm not able to write password in terminal. Guys, the thing is, if you are pressing something, you are not able to see that something is getting basically typed on the screen, right? It is because terminal never shows what you are typing in password for security purposes. It is getting typed. Just type your password and hit enter. It will work, but it will never show you that something is getting typed. Do you understand? Okay, cool. So we have done till this point. Are you guys clear till point 3? Any issues? Any issues? Till now, guys, we are just revising the first session. We are just revising the first session. I have not basically taught you something new, right? Okay, great. Now, what is the fourth step? Fourth step is saying now member 1 asked for help from member 2. Who is member 2 over here? Albin is member 2, right? So, okay, I will just stop my sharing. Albin, can you please share your screen and do the needful?
Yes, Pukul.
Okay.
Is my screen visible? Okay.
Okay, cool. So guys, now Albin, can you just refresh it? You will also get these things. Okay, so Albin can also see the same things over here, right? Any issues till this point? No, right? Now, I asked for help from Albin that please correct the prime.js problem, right? I'm not able to understand how to write a logic for prime problem. So please correct it. Okay. So what he will do first? What is going to be his first step? Tell me. Guys, in the chat box. Exactly, because right now all the things are present on GitHub. So in order to work on these files, these things should be present in Albin's local repository, or you can say in Albin's local system as well. So Albin is also going to clone it, correct? And he will show you how to clone on Windows, right? So that you guys can understand how the Git bash is working. How you can ask help. Bhushan, how do you ask for help from your friends? You call them. Similarly, like that, you have already added Albin as a collaborator on the project. Just write a message to Albin that, hey bro, I need this help. I want you to basically correct my code for prime.js. That's it. That is how you ask for help. Okay. Great. So Albin, can you please clone this repository?
Yes, Pulkit. Okay.
And see, Albin opened up basically Git bash from desktop itself. And if he is opening up the Git bash from desktop itself, he does not need to go on desktop. Why? Because he is already present at desktop, right? Can you see with the yellow color, it is written over here that he is already at the desktop. So he'll not do CD desktop because he is already there. What he will do straight away, he is going to clone it, right? And what is the command for that? Git clone, and he'll paste the link. That is it. Right? He cloned it. Any issues till this point? Any issues, guys, till this point? No issues, right? Okay, great. Now, tell me one thing. When I asked Albin to correct my code, is Albin going to directly correct in the main branch? Is he directly going to change the code in main branch? No, obviously not. Then what he's going to do? What he is going to do? What is the next step? See, we are done till step number 5. Yes or no? We are done till step number 5, right? Please open up your assignment as well side by side so that you guys can refer. We are done till step number 5. Now the step number 6 is saying, now member 2 will create a new branch named CodeFix, and member 2 will check out to the newly created branch, right? Is it saying the same thing? The step number 6, if you open up the assignment 2 of, if you open up the assignment of Git 2 session, you will see this is written on the step number 6, correct? Okay. So how to create a new branch? How to create a new branch? Exactly. Albin, can you show them how many branches are there right now and how to take that?
Okay. First, I need to go to the folder.
Exactly. So if Albin is going to do Git branch, can you see only one branch is there named main, right? There is only one branch. Yes or no, guys? How to create a new branch? Just type the command git branch and the name of the branch, right? So Albin is going to type git branch and the name of the branch is code_fix, right? And hit enter. Now, if Albin is going to check the branches again, can you see there are 2 branches now? Main and CodeFix. Can you see that? But Main is the selected branch right now because you can see a star symbol over here and it is showing in green color. How to select the code fix branch? How to switch to code fix branch? Exactly. The command for that is git checkout and the branch name. Right? Once again, Albin is going to check on which branch I am right now. So now Albin is at code fix branch, right? Can you see that? Any issues till this point? Any issues? No issues, right? Okay, cool. Now Albin is going to basically open up the file in Notepad, right? Because he needs to correct it. Which file does he need to correct? Prime one. Very good. So open up the prime file in Notepad and write the correct code for it. Just zoom into it. Okay, great. Now Albin is going to write the correct code for this. Now, what is this counter? Basically, counter is basically factors, to count the number of factors, right? And if I want to count something, I will initialize it with 0, right? Okay, cool. Go on, Albin. And if the counter is equal to 2, Albin is going to return true. Otherwise, the function will return false only, right? Yes or no? Okay. Albin, in if condition
Yeah.
also write that thing. Num modulo I is equal to 0.
Okay.
Right? And after that, Albin is going to store the returned value in answer. And if my answer is true, we'll say that it is a prime number. Otherwise, I will say it is not, right? Is there any other thing that I need to do with this logic? I hope you guys understood the logic for checking prime. I'm not going to tell you that because this thing has been covered so many times. Yes, guys? Okay. Now, Albin, please save it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once these things are done, what he is going to do? What are the next set of things? Basically, Albin is going to push this branch on GitHub, right? He's going to push this branch on GitHub, correct? Before pushing, what he needs to do? He's going to do git add, right? After adding, he needs to do commit because he needs to tell that to Git that basically keep the record of all these things, right? So he'll do git commit -m prime code fixed. Messages prime code fixed, right? And then hit enter. Now, can you see 14 insertions and 4 deletions? That means some things got changed and Git is keeping track of it. Now, Albin is going to push it, but he is not going to push it into the main. He needs to push the new branch. What is the command for that? Git push origin and the branch name, right? What is the name of branch? Code_fix, right? And once he hit enter, it is got it. It basically pushed, right? Albin, can you please go to the GitHub now? Can you see? Code fix had recent pushes less than a minute ago. Right now I am at main branch. But if I click on this thing, you can see there are two branches now, main and code fix. Any issues till this point? Any issues? Understood till this point? We are doing the same things till now that we covered in first session and second session. Any issues? No issues, right? Okay. Now, basically, once the new code that has been fixed by Albin is pushed on GitHub, what he needs to do? What he needs to do? He needs to basically create a pull request so that the manager can review and add it to the main branch. Yes or no? So the manager can review and add it to the main branch. Once you complete your work, you will tell your manager, right, that I have completed my work, please review it. Yes or no? And on GitHub, how can you tell that? By creating a pull request, right? So what you are going to do, just click on this compare and pull request. Once you do this, he's going to write a comment that I have basically fixed the prime file. Right? He's going to add a reviewer also. He's going to add me as the reviewer. Correct? And then create pull request. Right? Any issues till this point? Abhishek, you are saying we have committed already. Why we are committing again? I committed in my local system. But after working, after changing the things, don't you think I will tell Git again to keep the record of the changes? Abhishek Bakshi. Exactly. That is why I am committing again. Every time I do some kind of change in my file, I will commit again to keep the track of it. Every time I am changing something, I will keep the track of it. Suppose two friends are talking, right? You and your friend are talking on some subject, right? Or what happened? Every time you are doing some kind of changes to his homework or basically her homework, you are going to update your friend that I changed these things in your notebook, right? I changed these things in your notebook, or I changed these things in your phone, or I changed the folder name in your system or something, right? So that your friend can be updated about the things. Exactly like that, if you are changing anything in your code, you will tell Git again and again that please keep the track of it. That is why I am committing again. Do you understand? Cool. Very good. So now, once the things are done, Albin has basically written the correct code. He created a pull request also. He added me as the reviewer. Now what happened? Albin thought that why to wait, right? Why to wait for Pulkit to review it? I will call Pulkit and say, bro, please come on a video call with me or come on Zoom with me right now. Review it in front of me and merge it. Can Albin do that? Can you ask your manager that can you please join the meeting and review it in front of me and we can merge it together? Obviously, you can ask your manager that. Right? You can ask your manager that, sir, can we basically organize a meeting and review it together? And if everything is working fine, you can merge it in front of me so that I can see it also, right? Yes, can I do that? Can I ask my manager? Someone is saying manager has a lot of work, so he is not going to basically organize a meeting. He has to organize a meeting. Why? Because this is very important task. Okay. Cool. So now Albin and I am on the same video call right now, or same meeting right now. Now what I did, I reviewed the code and I asked Albin that everything is working fine, merge it. Instead of me merging it, I asked Elbin to merge it, right? I said that everything is working fine, you can merge it. So don't you think Elbin will merge it? I have given him the permission. Yes or no? I have given him the permission that everything is working fine, you can merge it by your own. Exactly. Now someone will say that how you are giving the permission. I am saying it to Elbin that everything is working fine. Please merge it by your own. Don't wait for me, because we need to do this thing quickly. We are on a deadline, right? If I talk about real life scenario in an office, right? I can ask Elbin to merge it because we are on a deadline and everything is working fine. You can merge it by your own. Can I say that? Great. Now what will happen? Elbin will go and click on merge. Right? Merge pull request and confirm merge. Right? It will merge to the main branch. Let's see. Let's go to the main branch and check whether the code is merged or not. This is main branch. If I open up the prime problem, can you see? It contains the correct code written by Elbin. What does it mean? It means it has been merged with the main branch. Any issues till this point? We have covered get 1 session and get 2 session within 1 hour. Any issues? Guys, all of this thing is basically very, very, very easy if you are doing the practice, and it will hardly take 2 minutes. Don't you think writing all these commands will only take 1 or 2 minutes only? Right? Okay. Any issues till this point? We are going to see the second scenario of conflict resolving. But first of all, tell me, till this point, are you guys clear? Right? Okay, some doubts are there. You can basically reach out to your IAs for that and also rewatch the recording. Okay, cool. Thank you, Elvin. You can
Okay.
stop your share now. Thank you. So, guys, what we are going to do is we are going to take a quick break for 5 minutes and then we are going to come back and see the rest of the things. Okay. Great. Thank you very much, guys. Okay. So tell me, guys, do you have any kind of issues till this point? Any kind of issues? Everything is clear. We have practiced get 1 and get 2 session within the last hour. And also I told you how to do your second assignment as well. We have just demonstrated everything from the second assignment only. Now let's change the scenario a little bit. Right. Just give me 1 second. I'll just do this. Now I'll see in my main branch, I have the correct code written by Elbin, right? See, it is saying Elbin 5 prime code fixed. Correct. Okay. Now let's change the scenario a little bit. What I told you about conflicts in the beginning, can you please tell me? What I told you about conflicts in the beginning. Conflicts means Git is getting confused that what changes it should keep. Yes or no? Git is getting confused, right? So suppose, just give me 1 second. Yep. This is your main project, right? This is your main project. And what happened? Elbin created a branch out of this. Yes or no? Elbin created a branch called code fix, right? Yes or no, guys? And then after fixing the code, Albin merged it with the main. Yes, this is the thing what happened. But suppose because of some miscommunication in the team, what happened? I thought that Albin is working on something else. So what should I do? I should create my own branch and fix the code by myself. Code fix Pulkit, right? Suppose I thought Albin is working on something else and I should create a new branch, code fix Pulkit, and I should fix my code by myself. Yes, this could happen in a real life scenario. Yes or no? Can this happen in a company? Yes, obviously. It is a very common thing. Albin has already done the thing and he merged it with the main. But I thought that he's working on something else, so I should fix it by my own. So what will happen? I created a new branch, I fixed the code, and now I am merging it, right? So tell me, don't you think this is Git basically? Don't you think it will get confused? What should I keep? Should I keep these changes or should I keep these changes? Yes or no? Don't you think there will be confusion? Suppose this is Aman, right? And this is Pulkit and this is Albin, right? All of we three people are having a party, suppose, right? And I told Aman that please bring palak paneer, right? And Albin told that please bring shahi paneer. We are going to have dinner. Now tell me, Aman is going to be confused, right? That what should I bring? Should I bring palak paneer or should I bring shahi paneer? Yes or no? So how can he clear the confusion? How can Aman clear the confusion? Obviously, he will ask both of us that what should I do? Right? Similarly, like that, when two people are working on the same thing and merging it in the main, what will happen? Git will get confused. What should I keep? Yes or no? Obviously, Git will get confused. So let's see. Let's confuse Git, right? Let's confuse Git first. So what is the scenario? The scenario is I thought that Albin is working on something else, right? Albin is working on something else. So what I did? I created my own branch, right? Right now, I only have main branch. I created my own branch by code fixed Pulkit, right? Can you see I have two branches now? I have two branches now. How can I shift to this branch? How can I shift to this branch? Exactly. I will do git checkout and code fixed Pulkit. Right? Now if I check again, I am at code fixed Pulkit. Yes or no? Where is Albin branch? Albin's branch is on GitHub. It is not on my system. Someone is saying, where is Albin's branch? Guys, use your brain. Think logically. Who created Albin's branch? Who created Albin's branch? Albin created his branch, right? Where did he create it? In his system. So how can it be available on my system? Obviously, it is not going to be present on my system. It is present at two positions. One on his local system and second on GitHub, right? It is not present on my system. So think logically. Okay. Now I have switched to my branch. Now what will happen? I will open up the folder and fix my code by myself. Right, let's go over here and open up this. Can you see right now it is incorrect code, right? Let's fix it. I'll say let factor instead of num, I'll say number for more clarity, right? Let factors is equal to 0 and I'll say number. I'll say number of is equal to 0. Instead of this, I'll say 1. If this is the thing, what I will do? Factors plus plus, right? Factors plus plus. Then what I will do? Over here, I will just check if factors is equal to 2, I will say return true, right? And over here, I will check let answer is equal to check prime 13 and I will say if answer is equal to true, I will say console log prime number. Otherwise, I will say console log not a prime number. Yes or no? Now tell me one thing. Is the logic same? The logic used by Albin and the logic used by me. Is it same? 100% same. Only the difference is I am using different names for variables. Instead of num, I am using number. Instead of counter, I am using factors. Instead of ANS, I am using answer, right? I am just using different variable names. Correct? Okay. I have written my code. Now what will I do? I will push my branch, right? Before pushing it, I will do git add. Then I will do git commit -m code fixed for prime, right? And I will do git push origin. What is the name of my branch? Code fixed Pulkit, right? I'll push it. Now, can you see code fix Pulkit had recent pushes? That means I have 3 branches now. Any issues till this point? Any issues? No. Okay. Now I will compare and pull request. Can you see now what is happening? I will write over here. I have updated the prime code and I will create a pull request. I'll show you what is happening. Can you see what is it saying? This branch has conflicts that must be resolved. Instead of giving me a green message that you can basically merge it, it is saying we have conflicts. Now, why we have conflicts? Can you please tell me? Why we have conflicts? We have conflicts because suppose this is the main branch, right? Albin already merged the correct code, right? What happened now? I created the new branch and I am merging a new code, right? So tell me, this branch is going to be confused that should I keep Albin's changes that are already there, or should I keep the new changes coming from Pulkit? Right? Don't you think it will get confused? When it is getting confused, it will give you error. What is that? Conflicts. Now, again, yes, very good question. Someone is saying how the main branch is going to know whose code is correct. How the main branch is going to know whose code is correct. No, main branch cannot know that. Right? Main branch cannot know that. So what will happen when you see this kind of conflict? What is the first response that you should do? What is that first response that you are going to do? Don't you think you are going to call a meeting with your team? You are going to call a meeting with your team that, okay, see, suppose if you are not going to understand anything, you are not able to understand anything, what you will do? Your first reaction would be, okay, I should take help from someone. Yes or no? If you are not understanding something, what is your first reaction? I should take help from someone. Correct? Now, I am getting conflicts. I don't know how to resolve them. How to work on these things. What will I do? I will call my team. I will ask, guys, I am facing some kind of issues. Can you please help me? Obviously, yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Are you going to do this or not? Obviously, you are going to ask for help from your team. Okay. So what happened in your team? You have only two members. That is you and Albin. So what you are going to do? You are going to call Albin and say, bro, I'm getting some kind of error. GitHub is showing me that there are some conflicts. You need to resolve them. Can you please organize a meeting and basically come on a call with me? We can sit together and basically work on this. Yes or no? Obviously. So suppose you are on a video call now or you are on a Zoom meeting with your colleague. How to resolve conflicts? That is the main thing now. How to resolve? Can you see a big button over here which is saying resolve conflicts? Right? Guys, everything is very, very intuitive. Everything is very intuitive. You just have to open up your mind, open up your eyes and look at the screen. By just looking at these things, you will understand. Okay, tell me one thing. When you get a new phone, do you attend some kind of class to operate it? Someone is taking your class that how to work on this phone. No. What do? You basically start using it, right? You basically start using the various apps and you basically do experiments with it. Tell me, yes or no? Yes. If you are playing a game, suppose, let me take an example. You are playing GTA 5. Okay. I know most of you play video games, right? You are playing GTA 5 or you can say any game, God of War or something, right? What do? Do you take an extra class for it? How to play this game? Obviously not. What do? You start playing it and do different kind of experiments over there. Right? And eventually, after some time, you understand everything about the game. Yes? Coding is a game only. You start coding, you do experiments, and you will understand everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Coding is like a video game only. Start coding, do experiments, and understand everything. Exactly like that, GitHub is like a game only. GitHub is like a new phone only. Just start using it and you will understand everything. So can you see there is a resolve conflicts button? Let's click it. Let's see what will happen. Right? I'll click it. Can you see this kind of thing? It has automatically opened up the file which is creating the conflicts, right? Prime.js is the file which is creating the conflicts. Yes or no? It has automatically opened up that file. Now look at this thing very carefully. It is very intuitive. By just looking at this thing, you will understand. Can you see this thing? Can you see this thing, guys? It is saying there are some this is kind of a symbol for, you can say, incoming. This is a symbol for incoming, right? That means incoming changes. What are the changes incoming to the main branch? These are the changes incoming from main branch. From which branch they are coming? Code fixed Pulkit. Can you see that? Sorry. Can you see that these are the changes coming from code fixed Pulkit? And what is this? These are the changes already present inside the main branch. Can you see? It is saying these are the changes already present in main. These are the changes incoming inside the main. Correct? Now Albin and you are sitting together. Albin said, bro, this is the code I have written and already merged. Right? And I am saying, this is the code I have written and I want to merge it. Now what will happen? Don't you think you will discuss that what should we keep? Yes or no? You will discuss together that should I keep this thing or should I keep this? Now tell me, as per the discussion, you thought that we should keep this one because over here it is written let factors and number, and over here I have written num and counter. Which one is giving you a clear-cut indication that we are counting factors? This code is giving you a clear-cut indication that I am counting factors, right? So what will happen? I will remove this thing. Just remove this and remove this thing also, because in my code I should not keep it. Once I remove it, can you see this red line is gone? That means till this point my code is fixed. Do you understand what happened? Do you understand what happened? Let's see it once more. I removed my code. I removed this as well. Right? Now that means till this point, my code is done. It is fixed. Right? Now, again, let's see for this thing. These are the changes incoming from Pulkit. Right? And I want to merge them. Okay. And these are the changes already present inside the main, done by Albin, already merged. Now what will happen? You both will discuss again that what should we keep? Yes or no? What will happen now? First of all, you are going to see, okay, let answer and answer, okay, and over here, I'm just using ANS and prime, not prime. Which one is giving you a clear-cut indication, which will give you a good user experience? The first one, right? This will give you a good user experience. So what you will do? You will remove everything till this main, like this. You will also remove this. Now, can you see all the red lines are gone? All the red lines are gone. Okay, sorry, this thing should not be here. Yes. What will I do? I will do mark as resolved. That means I have resolved it. Can you see now there is a green tick over here? Now there is a green tick. That means it is resolved. Now I will do commit merge. And if I go click on this commit merge, what will happen? See, it will show me this branch has no conflicts with the base branch. That means I have resolved the conflicts. Base branch means main branch. Yes. Right? Right? I have resolved the conflicts. What will I do? I'll write it. I have resolved the conflicts. Conflicts. Thanks, Albin, for helping. Okay. Now I will comment this and I will click on merge pull request. Confirm merge. I have merged it as well. Done. If I go to my code in the main branch now, can you see? Can you see this is the new code that we basically have? Right? And can you see on contributors, 2 people are there. Me and Albin. Basically, we both contributed to this code. Yes? Now is it clear how GitHub and Git is being used in any company for basically working on any kind of project? Now are these things clear? Right? That's it. We have covered the first session also. We have covered the second session also. We have done the conflicts resolving as well. Right? Do you understand this thing? The only thing that you need to do is do the practice. Yes, you can take multiple collaborators as well. Now, let me show you your assignment, what you are going to do. If I open up this assignment, go to problem 1, open this up. Can you see it is the same thing? It is the same assignment with some added operations over here. The complete thing that I and Albin demonstrated today, you have to do exactly the same with a collaborator. Got it? Do you understand that thing? And guys, please do practice of Git and GitHub because it is very, very necessary in unit 2. Do you understand this thing? What is a PR? PR is pull request. Someone is saying, what if there is a debate between the team members that you should keep my things? It is totally dependent upon the friction between the team. Your team members should understand each other. Your team members should have a good, you can say interpersonal skills to basically land on a common thing. You are not working for yourself, you are working for the company. So what is better for the company? You have to do that. You should keep that code. Right? Okay. Do you understand the assignment? You have to do exactly the same thing that me and Albin did over here. Right? Now, some of you are saying that I'm not able to find collaborators. No worries. What you can do? Create 2 different clones at different locations. Right? You can work alone also. Just create 2 different clones at 2 different locations. Do you understand? One clone you can create at desktop. One clone you can create at D drive or E drive or any other drive you want. And then do the same thing. Got it? Yes or no, guys? Cool. But I would suggest you guys to basically find a collaborator. Why? Because you can make a friend, and also it will help you in the future as well. Right? Any issues in understanding today's session? If you guys are facing any kind of challenges, just reach out to your IAs. They will help you with that. And also rewatch the recordings. Okay? Cool. Great, guys. So what are the next set of things that we are going to do? We are going to do the quiz. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll stop the recording.